Hey, how you doing? Music by Michael Cullen. This is a tribesman from Papua New Guinea, and like the uncontacted tribes. And this is a film of this geezer. I found it on YouTube the other day. And this geezer goes in amongst this tribe for a while. This picture that stills just the moment that guy's touched the guy for the first ever time. They thought white people were just a legend. They supposedly have never even seen a white person. And that's the split second after his hands just touched away from touching him, like spark. You know, like the spark of civilization touching these like uncivilized, uncontacted tribes people from yon. So I watched it, yeah. I don't normally like watching stuff like that, because what good's it going to do contacting them? They wary of him, and he fell there. So I think they saw he was fallible there, like so he was human, you know what I mean, and not like a ghost don't fall and that. He says as much. So I think that was what was going on. When they saw him fall, he was fallible. So he tells the others to be wary of him. They go back a bit. Is it right, bringing them out, like going contacting them, if you don't have to? They say they have a hard life and they suffer from diseases and all that, and hardships, and they die early. But in our society, what they're going to do, they're going to start off on the lowest rung. They call them the fourth world. Look at the faces. They're just so wary, yeah. There's it. That's a good tune, Michael. He's so good, talented bugger. I ain't got nothing to fear. Come on, boys. Come on over. They're scared to cross that river, apparently. They don't go across that river, and it's like, come on over. Or something like that, I don't know. They might, I don't know, right? But the dead push, like they never. Why? What are they going to do? We bring them civilization. What good's it going to do them? Well, we're going to do send them second-hand football tops from Oxfam and slippers, flip-flops. Send them some Bibles. Build them a hut. Give them satellite TV and a generator. Go back next year, them drinking Coca-Cola. Look, won't touch him. He's wary. He make contact with the guy. You can't blame him, can you? You can't really. It gets weirder, I'm telling you. What? Right? If you was gonna contact an uncontacted tribe for the first time, what would you take them as a gift, if anything? Giving them something wrong anyway, because it gives like one of them a knife straight away. In my opinion, it's created like wealth, with undistributed wealth. What? So what the heck are these all about? But curiosity, we're curious people, we're curious animals. What can we offer them? You come and join our civilization. Yeah, you don't speak any languages. You've no reference, no point of reference. So you're going to be on bottom ladder, bottom rung of anything. Only way they could make it is if they carry on being like a hawky kid on tribe for the tourists. Which you never know if this is that or not. Anyway, how genuine is this tribe? Or did this splinter? If this is for real, is this tribe genuinely old? Watch, he's about to touch him. Watch him. The moment he touches him. Look! See that? See that? Boom! Touched him and he recoiled. Look. See that? What's that telling us? He touched a guy from the civilized world. The guy in the Eden, the Garden of Eden in the jungle. Born into that, you don't know any other life than this jungle around you, and you live from minute to minute with your folk and your kinfolk. See that? You live from minute to minute with your kinfolk, from day to day, each day as it comes. And then you meet these people just like some that you never look. See that? He recoiled. He must have just got a snapshot of everything that civilization is. Just hit all his senses all at once, and just like electrified him. Just made him recoil, physically recoil, like involuntary physically recoil, with the blast of it. Oh, that's what we brought to the camp. Watch. Wow. That's not a laugh there, that's a laugh of not disbelief, but just the unreality of reality. If this is not hawky shit. But right, what would be the first gift you take? I mean, if you were going to take them something, you give them a stupid knife, but later on the first thing he gives them, right? Well, I could believe it. But then I went and checked it. You'll see anyway in a minute. I made this film, I'm talking over the top of something I've made earlier. I've been finding it really hard to make a vlog the last few days. But I was going to make one yesterday. I seen all these pictures of old factories on Saturday, on summer. I went to make a vlog on Sunday. John Levi had already done the same pictures as what I'd stacked. I could show you, and I'd show you the date on them. It was a Saturday when I collected all the photos. Sunday morning, John Levi had already done it. What? Talk about synchronicity though. Right. So anyway, right, he gives them match. I can't get over that. I couldn't get over it. I must have watched it 100 times. Just the minute he touches his hand, just that split second. I'm not joking. I watched it 100 times. And the others as well, when they touch him, they all get a boof off it. Well, you get that look there. He was looking at the guy with pity. He looked at us. He's like looking at the civilized guys with pity. After he got that spike, he must have been like, "Oh mate, you're from a bad place. Oof. How bad's your life?" That's what his face said. His eyes said it. He felt pity for him. He had an empathy in his eyes for what that guy's been through. He could. I don't know what words to say, but I know that I saw. I know what his eyes said. Just don't know the words to explain to other people but you saw it. Right, so you give them matches. Your first gift to these people. You're coming from civilization, and you give them matches. So when he's just in his motel room before he set off up to the jungle bit, and fucking grabbed a bag full of like motel matches. Sorry for my language. And grabbed a bag of motel matches. So I looked up first matchstick brand. Right. The first modern friction matches, right? The first friction match invented by John Walker of Stockton-on-Tees, 1826, copyright Stockton Museum Service. Walker did not patent his invention. Samuel Jones from London copied his idea and marketed his matches as Lucifer's. So he took them Lucifer. He took Lucifer into the Garden of Eden and gave them the sticks off the tree of light. I thought about this. I can't think of it any other way now. That's definitely what he did, isn't it? And I thought, well, maybe not, because maybe they struggle like fuck lighting fires and all that. Maybe, but no, later on, they've got it down pat. They've not trouble at all lighting fires, man. They don't struggle no fire. Smoke tobacco and that. Well, he burnt his hand on the match. He didn't leave it with fire. Burnt his finger. He's like, fucking hell, straight in water. Look on his coupon. So dishes them all out with Lucifer's, eh? Great. Exploiting bastard. At least they try to make out like they're trying to help them, doing them good, but when you read in between, they're just doing it for their own careers. They wouldn't have a career, would they? Well, you know what I mean, that's his reason d'etre, however you pronounce it. Reason to be. So whatever will come out, I've been, I've read about the guy, the anthropologist, whatever, you don't call it that, it's another word, like, I can't remember it, but I read a bit about him, and they're not doing it for them, they're doing it for himself. What good can it bring them now? We give one of them an egg, like I say, so that's created wealth illusion straight away, whereas before there were none of them had property, they just had what they needed for each day to keep alive. And every day have it, look, there you go, there's a fire. And they don't get that, can work in wet. You have that always. Matches get wet in the, especially the tropical rainforest. Humid as anything. You know what I'm saying? So giving them matches like as a gift is just no need. So why do it? So is this a Masonic shit we're seeing here? Because so much, I'm telling you that Masonic coding is in everything. And I mean everything. I'm not trying to undo from Mudflood or anything, right, but you've seen some ridiculous things what people are saying in Mudflood. Well, in some cases, they did build cellars. There are cellars. Pubs, big buildings had cellars. Big buildings had to have foundations. You need a foundation for a building. You have to dig down, far down, to get better foundations, to get to the solid stuff, to take the weight of big, large, stone, heavy, thick structures. You need big, thick, solid foundations. You know what I'm saying? So it's just got a bit ridiculous, in my opinion. Hamilton Lions again. But I was saying, alright, like after the First World War, Europe was like, they never built anything grand. We've not built any grand big houses. We started pulling them all down, yeah? I can't get to the photo bit that I want because I'm recording, so I can't show you the pictures what I wanted to bring up. Like, Britain during the First World War, like Edwardian times, right? That were Edwardian times. This building was built what we like called Tortorium with stone door frames, windows, lintels, and featuring for the the door and the turret. You know, beautiful bit of antiquity on top, eh? Well, this was last time we've built grand stuff with like 1900s, 1910s, 1920s. But after the First World War, nothing grand got built in Britain anymore. It was like as if Europe realised how easy it were just to bomb shit and destroy it. So I think that did away with building a lot of these sort of structures we used to have. I think that put paid to a lot of it. And also the functions of buildings change over years. So if you build a great whacking structure and then the function of that building change, it costs an awful lot of money to retrofit that building. And when technology changes and you do the heating different or whatever, it costs big money to retrofit buildings. So now when they design buildings, they design into them what happens if the facility of the building changes, how easy will it be to change things around and alter. That all goes into it. It's not the building that's worth money anymore, it's the land in the area. They only keep buildings for as long as that building makes money or takes money, like a bank takes and makes money. And you've got a chance of keeping the building, but yeah. But you know what, I've cleared a lot of pictures from the vlog I did. I have and all, because I've been trying to make space. It's all on my vlog. But I talk about what I think mud floods are and stuff, but There's a lot on the vlog I don't want. But I know that there's a lot of people showing stuff what definitely isn't mud-filled buildings. They built cellars, pubs had cellars, so they could just drop the barrels and the coal in to heat things. Coal's heavy, it takes up a lot of space. We used a lot of coal in this country. My first job was was a boiler engineer, a boiler and maintenance engineer. I know how much coal it uses for BTUs and to heat out. It's a lot. And so they did have coal cellars what had holes cut in, and they'd come and they'd shoot the fucking coal straight down the coal scuttle into the coal cellar. And that's the way it went. So a lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, and mud flood doesn't exist, because I know mud flood exists, but I don't think it happens like everyone thinks. Well, not everyone, but I don't think it happens a lot. I don't think it happened the same place, same time, uniform everywhere. Look, that's what I'll get into as well. After the First World War, UK, Europe, we didn't build, well, UK didn't build grand fancy structures as much such anymore, apart from one-offs, which aren't grand anyway. They're just like fucking Millennium Dome, stuff like that. Everyone, well not everyone, but they all seem to have gone to America, where they built all this fancy, and Chicago, Philadelphia, and these places where they built these massive Gothic type skyscrapers. These big, huge buildings and hotels and also libraries, they're just massive. Empire State Building and such. And in the 20s, yeah, the way we build has changed. Nowadays, they just put a metal frame in and then use sheet glass, because it's cheap to make glass, relatively. It's made out of sand, and they can, 1950s, they perfected the rolled glass technique in a factory in St Helens, Wilkinson's Glass, and they can produce massive sheets of glass, and glass is durable to weather, and they can make it really durable, full stop now, can't they? So all you need is the metal frame, and they hang glass walls off it, and then use brick and concrete where and when they need to. This is a bit... yeah, so it's called Moat Hill where Hamilton Mausoleum is, and Mort means an atom, so saying means life. Well, short and sweet. But I was looking at these again, you know, the mausoleum in Hamilton, they have these over the doorway, and there's life, death, and afterlife, life, mortality, and immortality. So that's immortality. Look how good condition that one's in. Look at the snake on his head. I keep wondering what this is. Is this a bee? Pineal gland is. That mausoleum is littered in Masonic symbology, but there's so many rumours about the place because it's Masonic, so it's riddled with rumours. There's loads of rumours and Masonic stories, and the other people who get to be Masons, but they're not really part of the club, but they're part of Masons, and like there's millions of them around here in Scotland, yeah. Well, all of them have these fantastic stories and you know what I'm saying? So it's all myth mixed in with it all, so you don't know what to believe and what not to believe. But the place, the mausoleum itself, the building itself is absolutely riddled in Masonic symbology, and that's fact. That's not fiction, that's fact. That's fact. But that's the Basilica at St Paul's, I think, but look how similar it is to the mausoleum. That's just what they was trying to copy, isn't it? Yeah, that one's immortality, and that one's hardly weathered. Oh, he's got an opium poppy, I think, as well. But yeah, you want to see how that one's weathered. in comparison with the other. This one's death, with his eyes shut. And the poppies galore. Well, opium pods, not poppies. They're in the pod stage. That's when you get opium from them. Leaks, like latex of opium. And that's the poppy there though. Funny how we use the poppy for the war symbol there. And like morphine must have been a blessing on the battlefield there. No wonder they use the fucking poppy. Because the Flanders feels my ass. So that one's immortality. That one's death. Where's life? I can't get a picture of the one called life. Every time I try it never comes out. Or what? That's life. It's not clear enough. That one's life, yeah. CX1 111 at the end of that. Could be anything though, couldn't it? Is that a rose? The highest electrical frequency of any flower by far. I think how much the rose is. What is the rose so revered? And it happens to have the highest by far. The next one down is like miles away. Look how beaten that is. The nose has been chipped off to spite its face. Fascinating, eh? I truly do find that place fascinating. I think there's so much cluage to everything else about our reality. About either the people or who's got this show to where we are today. And it's, I don't know what's going on, but it's like, don't even care anymore that the secret, well, not secrets, but people know, because they know what we're going to do. What stage are they at? Anyway, that's just random thinking. I don't even read into that. I don't even know what I'm saying now. Just flossage. Anyway, the place is curious. Oh, that one's life. That's not that one. That one's life, because where it is. Look at the pain in his eyes. That and that are the same one. No, they're not. Because look at the brickwork here, the stonework. It's got that there. Oh, so that one must be. That's immortality. Yeah, because there's a snake. I don't like looking at his face. Wherever he is, it doesn't look happy. I demolished all my photos last night. And then I got bored partway through. There's Mozzie. That's what they call Mozzie and Leo. No, Mozzie and Liam. Sorry, Mausoleum. That's something else I noticed as well. This one's death, but he's got like handcuffs there. like shackles. Is it because when you're dead you're free from the shackles of life? Is that what happens? Is you live, you die, you go in there, you leave the shackles of life at the door, and you re-emerge as an immortal, unrestrained by the shackles of life. And what's happening? Who knows? Okay, that's long enough. Bye all. Take care, right? Hope it's not been too tedious.